Hello friends, my name is Jasmine and in this video I'm going to tell you the best way to attempt the CSIR NET Life Sciences exam section wise, including part A, B and C, including what order to follow while attempting the sections, how many questions you should attempt in each section, how much risk you can take in each section, what should be the mindset while doing the questions of each section, and including what is the safe score, what was my raw score, what was my percentile and what was my score after normalization. So let's just begin. So let's just start with what order you should take while attempting the section. I'm going to tell you what worked best for me and I think it will suit most of the people. Do the section C first because it requires deep focus. Then move on to the section A. You should give at least 1.5 hours to the section C. Then move on to the section A and give 20 minutes to it and do whatever you can do in 20 minutes. Then move to the section B, attempt the section B, and after that the time will remain definitely because section B is not going to take that long. Then move on to the section C and revise everything again, and after that, if the time is remaining, try to attempt more questions in the section A and section B if you can. So I'm going to go into the detail of everything, how to attempt each of these sections and how much risk you can take. But before that, let's just see the safe score and let's target a safe score and how many questions we should attempt to get to that score. So in this video, I'm just going to assume that you are a general category student and I'm going to give tips according to that, and by aiming the general category cutoff, you can also get a good rank. So the safe score is 120. If you get 120 or marks above that, you are definitely in a safe zone. No matter how much normalization there is going to be, you are going to get above the JRF cutoff. So actually even 110 is a good score and you can get JRF in 110, but to be on the safe side and be 100% completely sure, 120 is a safe score. But in this video we are going to target 130. So even if you do some mistakes, I hope you land up above the 120 marks target. So let's just talk about each section in detail now. I'm going to start with section A, which you are going to attempt after section C. Section A is general aptitude, and in life sciences exam, general aptitude is really easy comparative to the other streams. In general aptitude, there are definitely going to be 5 to 6 questions that you can attempt without any preparation as well, because these are the easiest one. There can be any relation questions or order of sitting and all that. So in the first round, you are going to find those 5 to 6 easy questions and attempt those and mark those which are easy and you think you can solve them. Then in the second round, in those 20 minutes, solve those questions that you have marked, and your aim is to attempt 12 questions only. So maximum attempt is 15 questions and there are going to be 20 questions, out of which you are only going to attempt 12 questions and aim is to get 9 questions right out of them. And in my previous video, I completely forgot to mention about part A and how to prepare for it. So you don't have to give so much effort in the part A. You can prepare it in the last 1 month and you can give 1 hour daily. 5 to 6 questions you are going to attempt without any preparation. If you do some preparation, you can even attempt 15 questions. So you have to learn some tricks and tips and that will help you a lot. You have to just practice like 15 questions daily of the general aptitude and you are going to do very well in it. So let's just talk about section B. This is the section which can make you or break you, and this is the section in which you can take risk. So what you are going to do in this section, there are 50 questions and maximum attempt is 35 questions, and I'm just saying that you have to do just 25 questions and get 20 questions right in the section B if the section B is moderate. Now what can happen is section B can be unpredictable. It can also happen that you know a lot of questions in the section B, and it can also happen that you don't know that much question in the section B. So it's really unpredictable because syllabus is so vast and section B is depending more on the memory and facts and what you know and how much you know. Some questions are conceptual as well that you will be able to do. So let's just assume the scenarios, how you are going to risk the things and how to take the calculated risk. So what you are going to do, you are going to attempt 25 questions and get 20 questions right, but your attempt also depends on how much you know in the section B. So let's just assume that you know 15 questions in the section B, then you should attempt 25 questions, that is attempt 10 more questions. So let's just assume you know 15 questions for sure in the section B. Now you should attempt 10 more questions, that is you should attempt 25 questions. Now which 10 more questions to attempt? You are not going to do the guesswork, just attempt the 10 more questions in which you are 50 to 70% sure, or you can eliminate the 2 more choices. Now how this is going to benefit you? Let's just assume that you knew 15 questions and you were going to do just that. Then there will be 30 marks for that. Okay, now you attempted 10 more questions, in which let's just assume 7 of them is wrong and only 3 are correct. So for those 3 questions you are going to get 6 marks, and then for 7 wrong questions you are going to get negative 3.5. In the scenario in which you only attempted the 15 sure questions, you are going to get 30 marks, but in this scenario in which you attempted 10 more questions, you are going to get 2.4 more marks, and this can also increase because I assume that 7 questions are going to be wrong. But if you are going to do wild guesses, then it can also happen that all the 10 questions that you attempted are wrong and you're going to get negative marking even in your correct ones. So you don't have to do that. If you know 20 questions for sure, attempt 30 questions. If you know 25 questions for sure, then attempt 35 questions. This is how you are going to do in the section B, but our basic minimum aim is going to be attempting 25 questions and getting 20 questions right. So let's just talk about the section C. This is the ultimate section which is going to decide your JRF, and you cannot take any kind of risk at all in this section. You have to be 95 to 99% sure to attempt any question in this section. And difficult thing in this section is not that you have to do 25 questions and you have to find 25 questions. The difficult thing is to choose your 25 questions. There are going to be 75 questions and you have to choose your 25 questions that are going to be yours only, and there are going to be 25 questions that you know. But in exam pressure and time management and reading 75 questions, somehow we confuse things and we chose the wrong questions. For example, we choose the questions and attempt the question we weren't that sure about, and sometimes we leave the questions we were sure about. So as to reduce this, we are going to attempt the section C in 3 rounds. In the first round, you are going to attempt the questions in which you are 100% sure, and you are going to mark the questions which you think you can solve if you take a little bit more time. So in the first round, you have to see how many questions you knew for the sure. In the second round, you will do the questions that you have marked, and then you will see how many questions you have done. If the questions are less than 18, then you have to take risk and try to attempt more questions. If questions are more than 20, like you have done 21 questions like that which you are sure about, then do not attempt more questions. So in the third round, what you are going to look for is that the questions you have done are the questions you were sure about, and you haven't left any question unattempted that were you sure about and attempted a unsure one in which you weren't that sure and you left the one you were sure about. So you have to choose the right 25 questions and get at least 21 right. That's how you are going to do in section C. Now let's just review our section order once again. So first you are going to do section C in 3 rounds, and then you are going to move on to the section A in 20 minutes and do the questions whatever you can do. Then attempt the section B and take the calculated risks as I said. If you know 15 questions, do 25. If you know 20 questions, do 30. If you know 25 questions, do 35. So that is how you are going to do the section B. And then again come to the section C and revise the questions you have done. Look for any tricks that examiner have put in the questions or any kind of trap that you might have missed. Then again recheck the section A if you have time, and that's how you're going to submit. So before submitting the exam, check how many questions you have attempted, and always check that in section C the questions that you have marked you have attempted and haven't just left for mark for review and haven't saved them. So look for how many questions you have attempted, and that is the time you are going to submit. Or don't even submit, sit there for 3 hours, let it get automatically submitted. Till then you have to revise it, recheck it and do everything else. If you are going to follow this strategy, what is going to happen, you are going to do 12 questions in section A. Even if you get 9 right, you're going to get 16.5 marks. In section B you attempted 25 questions, only 20 are right. Even then you are going to get 37.5 marks. In section C you attempted 25 questions and only 21 are right, and you are going to get 80 marks, and sum total of all this is 131.5 marks, which can get you a good rank even under All India rank 50. And even if you do some mistakes in this plan, it will land you above 120. That will get you JRF, and who knows, a good rank as well. And if you get all the questions you have attempted right, it will make your score 174 and you will be the next All India rank 1. But you are going to do mistake and that is not going to happen, but never say never. So let's just talk about what was my row score. So my row score was 123, and this was my plan and I attempted my exam like that. But I did 1 or 2 silly mistakes, that's why my score is 123. Otherwise I would have also got 131. And after normalization my score was around 111. It was 110.98 something. and my percentile was 99.48 and so many more digits. So that was all about the video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section below. I try to reply to every comment. Thank you so much for watching the video. All the best for your exam, and if video helped, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button.